wanted to write. When I was a small child, my mother was very keen that all of us would go to university, but I wanted to be a writer. And she perhaps very wisely said, is that a good thing? So she directed me to law. I went to London and worked for Herbert Smith. Even now, a lot of what drives me is discrimination. There are threads through my book about injustices, and that is still visceral for me. The law was, on some levels, a way of learning about that. I have 2 children. My husband and I, at the time, both worked, and we both worked jobs with very long hours. There came a point in my legal career, because of the hours, nobody was really home. Quietly in the back of my mind, I thought, I can write my book. If you ask my children, they will tell you straight up that I gave up to write the book, not that I gave up to be with them. It's a wonderful thing. I feel very lucky to be able to be doing 2 things that I really want to do. My debut novel, The Woolgrower's Companion, it's set in Australia in 1945, and it's very loosely based on family stories. It was really inspired to some extent by my grandmother. She would always quietly talk about growing up, and she had been born on the beautiful homestead and had spent almost all of her life on the place. So she had wonderful stories, and it was those stories that really inspired the book. I hope the book touches people, because there will be Australians like me who had no idea about certain aspects of our history, and if I can reach them through fiction, then that's a fantastic thing. It got a wonderful reception, God bless it. People talk about books being like children, and I can absolutely see that. You're proud of them, but once they're out, there's not a lot you can do. You can support them, but they have a life of their own. And the wonderful thing is this one got its little toddler legs on and just, ran. There are fire aspects to my next book, and someone I went to primary school with is now a senior officer in the fire service in Australia, and he's helping me with aspects of the book. And that's just one example of all those people that you meet through your life who in remarkable ways will not just be useful from a professional sense, but will also nourish you in other ways. So I think an alumni network can be phenomenally powerful and positive. Those connections adds a richness to my life that I would never have predicted in a million years.